Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Uh, Me and my group friends will explain about Confucianism. My name is Alfiras Naufal Muhammad Bagja.
My name is Hair Izunwar Swarnoko.
My name is Satarashid Nugroho.
And my name is Nathaniela Farandini Nugro.
Okay, next we will be discussing about the basic background about Confucianism as wisdom from the East. Okay. Confucianism is rooted in the teachings of ancient Chinese philosopher Confucius, dating back from the year 551 until 479 BCE or before the Common Era. And Confucianism stands as one of the most influential philosophical traditions to ever emerge from East Asia. It emerged during a time of social and political upheaval, and it emphasizes practical ethics, filial piety, and the cultivation of personal virtue regarding the integrity of personal belief and social harmony. Now, rather than focusing on metaphysical doctrines, Confucianism offers guidance for living well within families, communities, and governance, making it just making it not just a philosophical system but also a way of life. Its enduring influence in China, Korea, Japan, and Vietnam demonstrates how Eastern wisdom can foster order, compassion, and responsibility between the balance of individuals and their society.
Next, we're going to talk about the early Confucianism followers. The early Confucianism followers in Indonesia were mainly from Chinese ethnic that were brought to Indonesia since a long time ago, especially in Pontianak, and started thriving in 17th century. Furthermore, Confucianism was officially recognized as it can be seen in Presidential Decree Number 1, year 1965, until Constitution Number 5, year 1965, determined that Indonesia has six official religions. It was also being reported that there are approximately 117,091 of people that have Confucian beliefs in Indonesia.
Confucianism during coloni- colon, coloniz- sorry, colonization was brought to Indonesia since the arrival of the Chinese ethnic groups and during the Dutch colonial period. The teaching continues to persisted despite social restriction. The Dutch categorized the Chinese community separately, but they maintain Confucian during teachings through temples, school, and association. In major cities like Batavia, Semarang, and Surabaya, the Chinese community holds Confucian value strongly to strengthen their identity and solidarity. This allows Confucian teaching to serve not only as ethical guidance but also as a barrier against colonial pressure.
Now we're going to discuss about Confucianism in post-independence Indonesia. After Indonesia's independence in 1945, Confucianism faced uncertainty over its status as a religion. In 1961, PKCHI declared Confucius a prophet, and Sukarno's 1965 decree officially recognized Confucianism. But under Suharto's new order, anti-Chinese policies restricted its practice, and many followers had to register as Buddhists to access civil rights. Still, institutions like Matakin and some temples survived, often in disguise until Confucianism after 1998.
Now, as said before by Naila and Attar, we're going to talk about divided nationalism. And after Indonesia's independence, Confucianism became deeply linked and tangled to the tensions of nationalism as the state sought to reconcile unity with ethnic and religious diversity. And this is evident under Sukarno's era, where he recognized Confucianism in 1965 as a way to reflect inclusivity and the assimilation of Chinese Indonesians in the grand project of nationalism. But under Suharto's new order or Order Baru, um, he later derecognized it in 1979, forcing many Chinese Indonesians to assimilate under suspicion of disloyalty due to anti-communist sentiment. Now, its eventual restoration and re-recognition of the sanctions under President Abdurrahman Wahid in 2000 revealed both the struggles and possibilities of integrating Confucian values within Indonesia's divided nationalist project. Now, this also marked a way how many Chinese Indonesians had to choose other religions such as Buddhism, as said before, but also it marked a significant era where people were choosing between their religion, their identity, versus their state and their loyalty.
Next, we got loyalty in question. There are several types of understanding Confucian loyalty, such as Xiao, Zong, and Li. Xiao belongs to family, especially parents, for being the fundamental aspect for other loyalties. And Zong, dutifulness, it belongs to superiors, even in family surroundings or other surroundings. This duty can be doubtful if the superior acts wrong. Lastly, they have Li or can be considered as a ritual propriety. This belongs to relationships matter.
Sorry, is my network working?
Yes.
All right. So the basic teaching of Confucianism. Confucian's fundamental teaching emphasized the importance of five primary relationships, which is kings and the people, aka public, father and son, husband and wife, brother and sister, and among friendships. Core values such as Ren, or humanity, Lu, courtesy, and Xiao, filial piety, serve as moral guidelines. In Indonesia, these teachings is evident to the lives of the Chinese communities. For example, through the culture of respecting parents, maintaining family harmony, and fostering harmony with the surrounding communities. These values also align with local Indonesian cultures, which prioritize mutual cooperation and harmonious living.
Next, we're going to move on to the social aspects of Confucianism in Indonesia. Confucianism in Indonesia emphasizes filial piety, Shao as the core of family ethics, where respect for elders and ancestors shapes moral cultivation, or as called Chu Shen, and education. Community life is sustained through temples and associations that act as spaces for practicing rituals, or called Li, and nurturing solidarity. With official recognition as one of the six religions, followers gain a stronger social identity, while core values like harmony, loyalty, and righteousness resonate with Indonesian ideas such as gotong royong and Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. In this way, Confucianism serves both as a marker of resilience for Chinese Indonesians and as a bridge linking tradition with modern Indonesian society.
Moving on to the cultural aspects of Confucianism, with its core teachings such as filial piety, humanity, and courtesy, has influenced the cultural lives of many Chinese Indonesians for generations. In Indonesia itself, these values are practiced in ancestral worship, family gatherings, and the celebration of Imlek, or Chinese New Year, where honoring the parents and elders are essential to its core. Now, there's also an emphasis on education because education is also a key principle in Confucian morals. And it has also encouraged many Chinese Indonesians to prioritize learning as a means of self-cultivation and social contribution. Even during the New Order era, in Suharto's era, when Confucianism faced suppression, its cultural aspects endured in subtle family traditions and community rituals. And today, These practices not only preserve Chinese Indonesian identity but also contribute to Indonesia's broader cultural diversity.
Next, we're going to talk about the economical aspects. Confucianism teaches that every person has the same potential, but the potential must be developed in a perfect way. They also believe that the morality of business owners is very important. For being successful in economic aspects, Confucianists believe that we have to learn about business ethics from the fundamental things. Doing business cannot also hope for too many advantages with an easy way. They have to be ready to face failure and loss. Asset is one of the most important aspects in economics, and humans are one of the assets. In Confucianism, it is thought that people are expected to work not only for themselves, but also for others, called moral economics. By studying the art of living, Confucianists believe that to fulfill humans' basic needs and serve adequate resources, what they need is only to work hard, because work is a moral choice. Confucianists believe work ethics as the main factor in creating national wealth.
In political aspect, in Confucianism, an ideal leader required to have moral, equitable, and exemplary, as only with virtue will people or public willingly obey. This thinking influenced the Chinese community in Indonesia, particularly in selecting respected and trusted internal leaders. After Indonesian independence, Confucian moral values contributed to the formation of national ethics, especially in the spirit of humanity and social justice, who is also reflected in Pancasila. Politically, the recognition of Confucianism is also important because through presidential decrees, especially since 2000 during the Abdurrahman Wahid, its adherents can continue carry out their worship officially as part of the six religion that are recognized in Indonesia.
Here are our list of references that we used for our slides.
Thank you for listening to our material about Confucianism. I hope that our material could an explanation could be clearer and helpful.
Thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you.